Episode 100-2.0 of the Loaded Couch. On this special episode, it's here.
Nice.
We finally talked Switch without hypotheticals, questions from listeners. I hate calc and beer.
Beer.
Here.
Reach in at your own risk. This is the Loaded Couch.
All right, we're back with a special episode of the Loaded Couch. I'm Scotchhound.
Cool. Pigeon Penguin.
Celtic Fox.
And we have a special guest.
I hate him.
Whiskers.
Whiskers, yay. All right, Whiskers is here. Let's just roll right into our beer match quick. What are we drinking this evening, guys?
Real quick. Who's going first? Real quick.
Pigeon, go.
I'll do it.
Go quick.
I'll do it.
All right,
because
Cal,
I'm real quick. I'm drinking Bourbon.
I'm drinking
Quad.
the Tripel
You ass. Bourbon Quad from Boulevard Brewing.
Boulevard. Yeah, got it. Next.
Barrel aged. They're out of Kansas City, Missouri. Bottle brown, 11.8% alcohol.
Calc, I did some research. Boulevard Brewing does not make two wit anymore, or two jokers anymore.
Really?
Yes, out of production.
Wow.
That's sad. That was a good beer.
All right, Pitch, what are you drinking?
The Triple Perfection from Brewery Ommegang. It's a triple. It's from Cooperstown, New York. It's golden in color and it's 8.9% alcohol.
Whiskers?
I am also drinking a Ommegang, and I'm drinking the Game of Thrones Three-Eyed Raven. It's a dark saison ale. It's out of Cooperstown, New York.
Yeah, what color was it? Or is it, I should say?
It was very dark.
Very dark.
Yes, but almost black.
Almost
Like the black water?
Brother David's Triple. Anderson Valley Brewing Company. It's an Abbey-style ale out of Booneville, California. It's a red-brown color, and it's 10% alcohol.
We got two triples on the show, and a little bit of a side note. Sad news. Game of Thrones premieres in July, not April. All right.
Boo.
Those who are our listeners, there's some other podcasts that you guys might be interested in if you're thinking about or if you want some more beer knowledge. And this is just us giving some shout outs just to, kind of spread the word of podcasts. Some of the ones are something like a Craft Beer Radio. They've been casting since around 2005, so they're pretty well endowed with the amount of episodes that they have to share the information on brewing. Most of these ones that I'm going to name are craft brew podcasts specifically. Another one is the Brewing Net, around talking about beer. Sounds kind of familiar, right, guys?
Beer.
Yeah. And the last one I'm going to mention is Craft Beer Nation. It's this one reminds me of kind of the reviews that we do, but just with a little bit more swagger.
And also the Ferns podcast.
Nice.
Count's coming out with soon, right?
But yeah,
when we get the website up and going, we should do a little section on the site called Ferns.
Yeah, I noticed with
Ferns, right?
these other casts, when I was looking at them, they have specific shows that are kind of broken out into different types of shows. Like one could be like our Fern segment. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Or something where it's like maybe we specifically cover something in one episode in comparison to the other episodes where we just talk about a bunch of things. You know what I mean? But yeah, for listeners, if you guys are interested in beer, check those other casts out and let them know we said hi. All right. Let's
get to the special. Oh, let's
talk
Talk.
games.
Game.
One gaming console in particular, like Pigeon said, it's here.
It's here.
Nice.
Son of a bitch, I hate.
I was going to say, we got a 3 out of 4 ratio here. So
Yeah. So we, the majority have the Switch. We've gotten our hands on it. Not all of us, but we'll see if we can sell this non-believer. Yes. Our very own non-believer, I should say.
Yeah.
So, Pitch, why don't you lead us off with the unboxing? Give us a review of the video. Yeah, tell us what you did on the video, for one, that's going to be up on our YouTube.
Yes. So I did a video with my daughter.
Oh, no. Was there package ripping?
I'll explain that later. No, I pre-opened everything, like all the stickers and stuff. I sliced it with a knife so it's easy for her to open.
Nice.
So, like, she just whipped out the console and was like, "Oh, an iPad. Here's a controller. Here's this plastic thing. I'm like, okay, let's explain what it is. And I went through the motions, and I was like, hey, why don't you open up those amiibos? She's like, sure. And she just rips it, bends the packaging.
Oh, no.
I'm like, I start laughing. Like, I don't care. I take them out of the box.
Yeah,
It's like packaging massacre.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people who totally are against opening up the amiibos.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
Yeah, McGeek.
It's not me. I always want to take them out of the box.
Yeah, McGeek's like, I have them in my basement in a cool, non-humid 68 degrees.
No, there's a small humidor just to make sure that the glue doesn't dry out.
But anyway, so you can check that out. It's definitely funny. Like, I just started laughing because she was just ripping it, and all I was thinking about is the NIB comments on Reddit that they give me hate for.
All right, how about review on packaging? Whiskers, go ahead. What you think?
I thought it was pretty simple.
Okay.
Kind of just straightforward.
Small.
It was a very small box. It
Right.
was, but I mean, the console itself is pretty small, so it, really didn't need that much room.
Now,
but-
Pidge, you said yours was taped shut?
Not the console, all the accessories that I bought.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I was gonna say because ours wasn't taped shut at all. It was
No.
like super simple to open.
Yeah, just kind of lifted the flaps, opened the box.
Right. There was no tape on any of the
Nope.
the plastic bags that any of the stuff came in.
How soon before someone returns something and finds a rock in it? There was a rock in my box.
Was it was like the box and stuff like really cool design as far as like unboxing it, and like there's multiple layers of little flaps and stuff you open, like, because I know there's a lot of people that actually go to school for box design and product design.
Yeah, not
stuff.
as much as like the Xbox One. Remember how that was like all special, like flaps and black foam and everything.
I thought it was very simplified.
Especially with the Elite controller too. That was like in a weird like eggshell case. And,
Right.
Exactly. Yep.
But no, I would say it's.
And then underneath
Yeah,
was kind of the dock.
it
and
almost
everything
is
else.
like walking you through a whole little experience as you do it. Because even my my HyperCloud headphones that I got, when I got those and opened the box,
Took you an hour, right?
It was like 3 or 4 layers of like unveiling stuff, and it was kind of like walks you through the whole experience of like peeling back layers to get to your product. So
you had to
it's
strip
pretty
his
cool.
clothes off and get the body oil out. and-
Exactly. Get the
the tarp
music
down
and
on
the
the floor.
lighting just right.
Babe, get the handkerchief. I'm sweating.
Put the rubber sheets on the bed and get the gerbils.
Yeah, now I'm just trying to remember back to
Get
when we
richer
got
gear.
when we got the Wii U. I was trying to remember if there was like any like slick packaging done to that.
I don't remember anything for that
So,
either.
Pidge, did you get Dre? Did you get gray Joy-Cons or the red and blue?
What do you think?
Red and blue.
I got the gray, and then I got an additional pair,
Oh, did you?
both blue.
Oh, what?
Yeah, you can get both blue or both red.
Oh, why wouldn't they sell them red and blue, red and blue?
I mean, you can do that, but you also can do 2 blue or 2 red. I got them specifically for my daughter. I don't want her slimy, sticky paw. The pair of Joy-Cons left and right, the grip, but it isn't the Joy-Con charging grip. It's just the normal grip.
Right. Still
then
aluminum
you-
body and everything else though for the Joy-Cons to slide into and all, which was nice.
Yeah, and then I just don't know why they wouldn't have that as a charger. I mean, I guess they just want to sell you another $30 grip to charge it to make.
Is
more money.
that when you say the grip? Is that Scotchy? When we were watching that the showing or whatever the hell you call it,
Mhm.
is that the little bumper adapter that slides over the Joy-Con?
No, it's it's like the Xbox controller or the PS4 controller kind of look. It's just the 2 handles and the Joy-Cons slide down into it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
those bumpers also come in the box too.
Yes.
I was gonna ask, so that they did include those in the box because
with
the
the
way they
wristband to
okay, because the way they showed it, I thought you were gonna have to go out and buy those adapters.
Yeah,
separately.
that's what I thought. That's what I thought too. Because I'm like, man, they're only $8. I probably should get some because everybody says that it's like super hard to press the top buttons when you have it in sideways mode.
Oh, right.
Yep.
But I'm glad I didn't because they came in the box. And with the extra Joy-Con controllers that I bought too, they had a pair in there also.
Now, Whiskers,
All right.
with the The controller edition with the Joy-Cons that slide down.
I guess like an exhibitionist. Like I don't like other people watching me play video games as much.
Right.
So I think
you see Scott's like peeking the corner.
Yeah.
Jeremiah,
And she
stop
starts.
it!
Yeah, she starts like doing the shoulder like you can't copy off me like you did in high school, with the arm up and stuff.
I never copied anybody.
me.
Answers.
Yeah.
So so I think that I'll probably use the TV and
No, the console.
yeah, like if nobody was around, I might use it, but I think I'd probably more do the portability.
Right, with the
How would
console.
you play it if it was on a television?
So Pidge. Oh, okay, so wait, there was the little slides. Oh, did you figure out the little thing on the slides to easily get them off? The little tiny white lock at the bottom.
White lock at the bottom. There's little buttons on the top.
Well, yeah, there's the little buttons at the top of the Joy-Con, but you know the little slides with the wristlet.
Oh,
Kinda
I haven't
strings?
I haven't opened the wristlet thing.
Okay.
Let me grab one. Hold on.
Yeah. Anyway, on those, like Calc, when you slide one on, everything.
Okay, I see
Anytime you do it, like I think when you first put the Joy-Cons into the console, it makes like a noise, of course.
Yep.
And then every time it does that, it still makes that click noise like afterwards. I think the console actually made like the snap noise that they were kind of pushing through a lot of the adverts and stuff for it.
It's like a ringtone for the device.
Right, exactly. But when you do put it in, like the lock for the Joy-Cons makes that snap noise. But on the little slides that has the wristlet or like the little rope to keep it for when you're doing active games.
I have it right now. Little white lock.
Yeah, you have to make sure you pull that out to be able to slide it back off again. I was having such a hard time. I'm like, why isn't this thing coming back off of the Joy-Con? I was getting pissed at it. And then I finally saw the little lock thing. I'm like, and yeah, I'm not one to read a book of directions, so
It didn't really have directions. I was a little disappointed in that.
Well, that's I was gonna ask about that too, because yeah,
It was
okay, so
printed
that,
on the box, the
right,
setup,
yeah,
which was kind of cool.
I hear Breath of the Wild doesn't have instructions either, but we'll talk about that.
No games do anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so there was the HDMI, there was the power cable, there was the console, there was the grip, there was the little Joy-Cons. What would you call those things?
Bumpers.
Yeah, I guess bumper cover type of things, sure, with the wristband, and then the docking system for the system, right?
I got a gripe with the dock.
Okay.
It is.
Well, wait. With the with that gripe, let's get into construction quality then. So, all right, go ahead with the dock.
That's my gripe.
Yep.
Yeah. It is just a hunk of plastic.
And it's like lightweight, flimsy plastic.
Yeah, maybe we were wrong. I thought the dock like upscaled stuff, but essentially it's just a charger.
No, it's supposed to get a resolution bump on the dock.
Okay,
I thought it was like 720 handheld and 900 on dock.
I don't know who it was. I may be getting it wrong. It might have been Digital Foundry, but they said you actually get better results when you play it in handheld mode than if you dock it.
That's really odd.
Even though the graphics are less.
I was gonna say that makes sense though, because it's a smaller screen.
Yeah, but there's also no no pop in, no hiccups in the frame rates.
Maybe because it's yeah, that's weird.
Well, it's dropping down to 720, so maybe that is why. But I mean, you guys know way better than me. I mean, Nintendo, are they known for like doing patches and updates? I mean, is that something we're going to see?
Not usually, no.
I mean, it's new with the Wii U, and the first patch they ever did, I think, was on the Wii, where you had to actually send in your save file.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean,
that's a 2012 game too.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
the update was also includes now amiibos. So
for DS and
I
console.
don't think I noticed that.
I didn't notice that on the console.
Well, then maybe you should go look in for the update, because there was like 6 updates since.
Oh wow, yeah, okay, that's probably something you have to search it out. It's not something that just comes up and says.
I think
update.
so. I think if you go into the eShop, and then on the top row, if you go to the left, it's like under like a recent or downloads or something.
Okay, all right. So any other construction issues?
Yeah, I was going to ask. I mean, you guys just mentioned the DS. On construction quality, how do you think the Switch compares to the quality of the 3DS that you're used to holding?
Minus the dock, I think it's on par, if not better than like a Kindle or an iPad.
Oh yeah.
It is super sturdy. It is like super.
It's funny you mention that, because I watched a video. There was somebody who posted something on Twitter, like one of these quality tester companies, and and they did a drop test for it. The guy held it at brand spanking new when he just unboxed it, opened it up, had Breath of the Wild in it, held it at chest height, and then dropped it over and over again onto concrete. And I think it lasted 11, where it was still playable. One of the Joy-Cons broke, I think, around 4.
Okay.
I was gonna ask about that screen. Like, does that make you nervous at all? Like with a drop or?
Well, the crazy thing was the one, like, they had a guy that was sitting there videoing the drops in slow mo, and then they'd go back and watch a replay of it, and they'd show you on the you know the YouTube video. There was some super flex, like crazy flex on that on the unit when it would hit like on a corner, and the screen.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I wonder if
the screen didn't spider, it didn't crack or anything. It was weird.
I wonder if they're using that Gorilla Glass, like from Corning. It's like a real flexible
B port and the HDMI port.
I just leave it open for venting, because it seems like that's where the stuff blows out, like the hot air blows out from.
Oh, really? I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
So
there's like a little vent.
I was gonna say, do you think the dock is something that they could improve upon then, like in new iterations of it? Like, is there room for improvement on that dock? Definitely.
For what it does,
What, for more ports?
Well, no, I mean, you just said it's flimsy, or does it feel
It's
cheap?
not flimsy.
Or like,
it feels
it's
cheap.
like cheap. Yeah, it feels
but it's
cheap.
like for what it is and what you're using it for, it's I don't know.
Well, because when you took the first thing you see is that screen, is the tablet.
Oh yeah, and that thing's
And
like
then you get-
super high
yeah.
quality.
And you're like, wow. Then literally, I got to the dock and I'm like,
What the hell? Yeah. It's,
fuck is this?
yeah. They're like, is this the potato chip
this a-
bag to go with like these these like
Yeah, it's
fries, $500 fries?
major afterthought almost in the design process.
Right.
yeah, dude. You know, the other gripe I have with this is sliding the tablet into the dock. Like, it's kind of hard for me. Like, I know you have to line it up in the middle, but if you're not looking directly in front of it and you're looking above it,
You got those
Don't
little
line it
tiny
up.
sausage fingers too that are
Be
smooth when it's
something-
going into it. Yeah.
yeah.
But
No, I would agree with that. Maybe it's like a heat reduction so they could get some kind of space in between.
right.
How I did see a picture. Since you mentioned that, I saw a picture on Reddit on the Nintendo Switch subreddit, and somebody already, I think, like modified their base.
Or not required but desired. Whiskers. Go.
I would have liked to have all those adorable amiibos right
Okay.
off the bat. But
Why?
For the game, one game, and then 50 for the other games. I was like,
so I said I would give myself a week and then I'd treat myself again.
right.
All right, so if you were there,
Okay.
You
go
know
ahead.
what?
you know you're the best
Truthfully,
husband ever. Gee.
my one regret is that, as you know, a long time Zelda fan, I mean, since 1986 when I asked for it for Christmas, and it was my only gift that I wanted. And so I've been a long time Zelda fan. I'm really, really kind of mad at myself that I didn't buy the special edition game that they had for sale. It was
You want the special edition or the
Yeah,
like the
it was like
master edition?
it was
The one that you had, the big box set.
it was the
Master
$99 one, and it had like the coin and the case and all that stuff. And as a Zelda fan, like for as many years as I've been, I feel that I should have splurged and gotten that.
Yeah, the
but
crazy thing was it was only an extra $30.
the funny thing was I had bought the game, not realizing that was a special edition. I just thought it was kind of like advertising because of the size of the box.
Yeah. Yes, it did fool me at first. and
Yeah.
then, but someone before me bought they're like, "Can I have the special edition?" I'm like, "Okay, I got to make a decision. I'm next."
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah, well, that's how I felt. I thought it just was like an advertisement, like just kind of promoting the game. So I just bought the regular game and I paid for it. And by this time we're getting ready to leave. Both of us have to, go back home. He had to work and stuff, and I was
But
like,
you guys didn't really work, did you?
I said to her, I'm like, babe, because we're sitting there looking at it after we'd already done the game purchase.
he's like, why don't you just return the other one? And
I was like, yeah,
and
let's just
"Come
take
on,
the
let's
other
just
game
go."
over and return it and just get this one. It's extra $30. And she's like, nah, never mind. So we didn't get it.
Not to rub it in, but the game case alone is awesome.
Is it?
It's the what is it, the Shiku thing?
That's what I figured it was gonna be that. Like, especially after I started playing it, I'm like, That's when I started getting really bad buyer's remorse, because I was like, I was right there. I should have just taken the receipt. I had everything right in my hand, return it, and then just buy the collector's edition, because that's me.
How
That's
how
I
big of a hit would you take? Say you took the game right now in the case and the cartridge, and you traded it in. Would you?
I get $35 for it.
I was gonna say if you
I'll
traded
check
in
it,
and
I'll
then
check it for you while you guys talk about that.
yeah.
All right.
But that the game case, it houses the system, and I think the Joy-Cons, and it has a little accessory pocket, and then you can also have your little game cartridges too.
So it's like travel
And then-
case.
Yeah, it's a travel case, and plus the map. The map feels like it's all weathered.
Is it like
it's
a
like kinda
waterproof
cool.
kind of feeling,
Let me get it. Hold on.
or is it like legit, or like not waterproof? Like
So it's something
canvas?
So I
you
got the map here.
get it
let's
framed
see.
either way though.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it framed.
Is it canvas or is it paper?
Yeah, I think it is paper, but it looks like some spots are like burned and stuff like
might
that.
just have to buy it.
And then when you flip it over, it looks like maybe the 5 bosses that you fight.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I mean, there's the bird, and then there's the Calamity Ganon,
Right.
and then there's Zelda on one side, and it looks like Link on the other. I mean, it's really cool. So like, it all depends. Like, which side do you frame?
Maybe you do it a glass frame on both sides, or glass both sides of it.
Oh yeah,
And
then
then
you
just flip
then
it
when
when you
you
want?
change
Yep.
when you change your mood, you just switch it over.
Or you hang it from the I don't know, an open pass through where you can see both
It's
sides.
a giant Christmas ornament.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool. The coin too is it's just a coin. It's whatever, but
Yeah.
you get the soundtrack, and the Zelda music is just amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
it really is.
24 songs, great.
All right. So what else? Needed. How about additional purchase required? Any? You said you got some additional Joy-Cons.
Yeah, I got like I said, I got some from my daughter's meat paws.
Right.
Oh my god, I'm hearing that.
And then I got the Pro controller.
Okay.
Because now it has the HD rumble
Oh, nice.
in the controller, and it lasts 40 hours on a single charge.
Wow, how much was that?
I think it was 60 or 70.
Okay.
But I mean, it feels so much lighter than the Xbox and the PS4 controller. I don't know how they do it.
All right. That's probably kind of similar to the old.
For the Wii U, and I was just like, you know what? Everybody says if you're playing on the TV with Zelda, play with the Pro controller.
Huh.
So I just picked that up.
All right.
I also got a car an additional AC adapter
Okay.
for my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, was that one for the bathroom?
For the bathroom, either one. But I thought, and then have that hooked up on my TV upstairs.
Right.
For some reason, I thought it was like $80
Really?
to buy it. $80 or $90. Maybe I was dreaming.
Right.
Tablet
Exactly.
itself.
You can just put on whatever TV you want then. Yeah.
And what else did I buy? Oh, and then I bought all 5 amiibo.
Right. Okay. So those were all desired. They weren't so much required.
Correct.
Okay.
There wasn't anything that needed to be required out of the box.
Okay. No, that's what I was just.
Except a game.
Right. Yeah. It didn't come with any games. Surprisingly. Yeah.
I feel like that snipper clips or that 1-2 switch game should have been a pack-in.
Yeah. I was gonna say 1-2 switch would probably been a great pack in, but we'll get into games in this bit. All right, setup. Bidge, did you play tablet right out of the box, or did you do the whole setup and then play on your TV first?
I did the whole setup on my television, and I did all my gaming on the tablet.
Okay. Whiskers.
Right out of the box, I plugged in the charger and played it right off the
tablet.
tablet.
Okay. For like.
Did you create your me character yet?
Yeah, but I wasn't. Jonas always gets really creative with his Mii characters. I right off the bat, I'm not typically like one of those people that gets caught up in like designing the avatars. So I'm like, all right, I just want to like get into playing. So I'll just
I just want to play Zelda. Jeez,
yeah,
come on.
just give me my little Triforce and I'm good to go.
Yeah. I didn't link her account yet because I didn't know her username and password, but that's something I have to do yet. But that was all pretty simple. I mean, did you
do the update, the patch, the day 1 patch?
Yeah. I think I had
Which
to.
took about like 6 seconds, which was awesome.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing I think with Nintendo. It's always any of these patches are super small.
Yeah. And did
Not
you
super
do the
small, but they're
update for
small
Zelda?
enough. Yeah.
I heard there's a DLC already too.
Oh, is there?
There is.
I think so. I think it's some kind of clothing or something like that. I don't know. I didn't look into it too much, but I did see that there was a DLC option on there.
Mm. Did you guys register your Zelda game for the Nintendo coins?
No. How the hell do you do that?
I think if you go on the game itself and press the plus button,
right
under there it says like something like My Nintendo or something, and then as long as you link your Nintendo ID account to your profile,
right,
then you can go in to do that and then add the coins. You get 12 coins for the game.
Okay. Bidge, do you have any setup issues?
No, none at all, actually.
Super simple, right?
Super simple. Just what Whisker said. You just plug and play.
Right. Okay.
I mean, that's it.
And speaking of super simple, what do you think of the software interface?
Before I get to that, did you lick the game? Because they said they add a bittering agent to it.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that? It's to prevent dogs from chewing on it.
Oh my god.
Dogs are kids.
The actual the game
the
cartridge?
Cartridge itself. Yeah, I licked it a little bit. I didn't lick it a lot. I licked it a little bit, and it did taste a little bitter.
Yep.
I didn't hear about that. No, I didn't.
Okay,
lick
so
it.
the question was what?
Software interface.
Software
what do you
interfaces. I like it. Now let's see what happens when we get after a year when we have about like 3, 4, or 5 games.
Right.
It seems like it's going to wind up being like the Sony interface.
Okay.
Because it looks like all the games go across on one single bar, then you have all the other ones below it.
Now, yeah, okay, so what are your thoughts then in comparison to like the Wii U setup, where you could change all that and you could make it like a grid of 20 on your homepage and stuff?
I mean, maybe they're going to add that later on, but for now, it's clean, it's simple. I have one game, so I'm happy with it. Although I do like under the news section, I like how they had like it's like installation, but they used like the Mario characters to show you how to install it.
Okay.
Like as like a comic strip.
Right.
And then it showed you like where do you put the SD cards, and it did like a little comic strip. I don't know. It was pretty cool.
Hey, is there speaking of the interface, do they have like the Netflix and stuff like that?
It's funny you asked that because I did go looking for it and there wasn't anything in the store.
No, they said
there's like 3
have
games
nothing
in the store.
To say anything at this time.
Right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was looking to add that to it just because you're going to be taking it with you. I wanted to have that option, but yeah, I didn't.
Dude, they don't even have Virtual Console yet.
Right.
What?
So limited.
Poop.
All right, so Whiskers, are you a digital or a cartridge girl?
I'm a cartridge person. I mean I like to have like the hard copy of the disc.
But you don't have the Zelda Special Edition case to carry all the cartridges?
Thanks for bringing it in.
You're such an asshole.
That guy's a jerk.
Oh man.
I have a feeling it's going to be ordered right after this show on Amazon.
I'm not doubting
I don't
it.
know if you can. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see it.
There's probably extras left over in Target.
Especially with Nintendo, there's something. Even when they went to like the discs and stuff, like I just love the nostalgia of like the Nintendo cartridges. That's why I always loved the DS, because it was like you had to physically put a little cartridge in, and it had that old school feel to it. And harder damage and stuff like that. Where
They last a lot
Speaking
longer.
of cartridges, how awesome was it when you plugged in the game and it started right away?
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for it to install and patch and this.
Exactly.
Or do
like
some load.
You're in the game.
You stick the cartridge in and you're ready to go.
Yeah, like even on the Wii U, like with the Brawl, when we play Super Smash Bros. It took like a little bit for the disc to read. You had to do like the load screen, then the start screen, then this screen. It's just like, no, just
stuff as better, as well as you do when you're older, and then they get a scratch on it, and then you go to play it, and like this, it starts skipping while you're while you're playing. Whereas like the cartridges, like you felt like you could just kind of like lay them around. Like I find like, Jonas's DS cartridges like under my bed, and I just pick it up.
I would definitely say the pros and a pro and con. I mean, digital versus cartridge. I don't know if. Digital's hard to say because it's already installed.
But the pro of the digital is you have all that right on hand all the time. Where it's like, crap, why did I last leave the game? Oh crap! It's downstairs. And I
can leave that game in it and then put the SD card underneath that TV stand.
Right. Now, that was okay. So that was actually, let's go back real quick with unboxing. That would have been an additional purchase that was required as an extra storage disc. Or
so I found it says that you need a UHC-1 memory card. Okay. I guess that's just the read speed.
Yep.
And so I found a 200 gigabyte micro SD card with those specifications for $70.
Okay, 200 gigs.
So I thought, 200 gigs. I thought, man, that's not a bad deal because they originally go for
how much was it?
$70.
70.
Okay.
It was on Amazon, but I went to Best Buy because they said it had it in store and they price matched, and they're like, oh, we don't have it. You got to order it.
Like crap! Why'd I waste the trip? Because just got on Amazon.
So I was gonna buy another game on the eShop, but I just have Zelda for now.
Right, because I was gonna say the software that's on the card or the
Zelda itself is 13 gigs.
So it's like you can have like 2 games on it on any given time if you have it on your.
Okay.
So I just held off. I mean, I can wait 3 days. I mean, I have this game called Zelda. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. But...
Yeah. Speaking of
Waker and stuff like that.
Yes, I was gonna say it reminds me of that.
But in all honesty, like a lot of the gameplay and the role playing, like the aspect of kind of, and it's just such a submersive like gaming experience. But it had more of like that feeling I got when I played immersive. Yeah. That gameplay that I felt like when I played Ocarina of Time, like the element of discovery. There was like the Temple of Time, and it just was great. It was fantastic, and it had that nostalgic, like, yet futuristic and ancient all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the one. Yeah.
I didn't know she was British.
No, are you sure that that's her that's talking to her? Or talking to him? Sorry.
Gotta be, right?
I don't know. Remember
in all the fantasy movies, they're British.
Yeah, true.
Isn't that Nady? When I think, hey,
yeah,
listen.
That's what I was saying.
That's Ocarina of Time, yeah.
Right, but again, maybe that could be that type of voice talking to him, just some kind of mystic type of thing.
Exactly.
Maybe
someone trying to guide him along the way.
Right.
Making sure he keeps in touch with his tablet.
Old Man Scotchy's in the game. I didn't know that.
Jackass. Well, wait, real quick before. How long did you play?
All in all, probably about 2 hours.
2 hours.
Maybe not even.
All right.
Yeah, probably. Well, yeah.
So how far did you get? What did you do?
I got up into. Well, the funny thing was
enemies in them.
Well, there is a couple. There's that thing that
inside the shrine.
Yeah, inside the shrine. Remember the one thing, the like spider-looking thing? And
Guardian?
you had to, when you had to like get those
the bricks that you
the
can lift
magnets.
What'd she do? Just fight bare knuckles?
Yeah, no, not even.
Pretty much dodge and pray.
Yeah. The funny thing is she played for 2 hours, no weapons, no nothing. Jonas jumps in 5 minutes in. He's got a sword, 2 swords, a stick.
He's got the fire rod.
Shield. Yeah, everything.
Exactly.
And Whiskers is like, this kid's been playing for 5 minutes and he's already better at video games than I am.
I go.
Mom, I beat the game. Speed run. First ever under 3 hours.
The funny thing is that like it occurred to my 7-year-old to go over and steal something that was against the wall near the old man. Whereas I'm like, oh, I'm in the old man's cave. Why should I go over there and take his stuff?
Yeah.
What, his baked apple? Hell yeah, I'm taking that.
No, not the baked apple, but the
torch.
The torch.
That shit.
Right.
And then Jonas is like, went over right away and saw, oh, there's something laying against the wall here. I'm going to just take it. Where I was like, oh, it must be
his. I'm not going to touch that. I don't want to be on his bad
I don't
graces.
Want to steal, yeah.
That is a funny observation, how the female's like, oh, I'll leave that be. That's his stuff.
Right.
Both
Listen to the bigot
males
talking
are
here.
like, going to steal
No, I did
shit.
the same thing. Nicole's like, oh, you just take his stuff? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you kind of offered it to me after I took it. I took it, and he's like, oh, what are you doing? That's right. You can have it. I'm just kidding with you.
So me
Then I lit him on fire.
so then there's me, honest as the day is long, and I'm just like walking around with no like weapons whatsoever,
Right.
just going and like just fending for myself.
Stick in the beginning of the game.
No, nothing.
Well, no, I did find the stick,
It'll
Oh, you
turn
did?
into a tree
Yeah.
soon. I'm not gonna touch it.
but it's like you get like 3 hits out of that stick, like
Oh yeah,
and it's
before
like
it breaks.
it's like you're like, oh man. So because I didn't have any weapons, I started trying to avoid like so I was using more of the stealth methods to like getting in and out of the caves.
Nice.
I felt like Scotch Hound when he's like playing those like first person
Splinter
shooters.
Cell.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he's like lurking in the shadows. Like, hey.
It's funny that you're talking about the sneaking part, because I tried to sneak up on a camp,
Right.
and I got the bombs and the maglev, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
So I got that, but I was still learning the controls, and you press up, and then you got to use the right stick to change it.
Yeah.
Well, stupid me was sneaking. I pressed down,
And he whistled.
Oh yeah. Then
All the
question marks come up.
I'm like, great, and it's like game over. And then what's also cool is it leaves an X on the map, and it says RIP on it where you die.
Yeah. That's nice.
Well, let me ask this, because it sounds like everybody. What's the one thing you dislike with it right now? And Scotchy or Jim, how does it compare RPG-ish from what you've experienced so far to like The Witcher?
It's not comparison. The RPG point. I mean,
it's like not as like.
I haven't gotten far enough to where
On there's ingredients that you can collect within the world, and it's not as crazy as The Witcher. It seems like everywhere you go, you can walk 5 feet and pick something in The Witcher.
Yeah.
Zelda isn't like that crazy. I mean, under some trees you can find some mushrooms, or like if you climb a
Bees or
tree,
something.
if you
There's
see
like
bees,
apples,
you can
and there's like
shoot
ways
the
that you can make
honeybee
them
or
more
the
nutritious.
beehive. Yep. You can climb a tree and knock some apples down or pick some apples, but you have to find a fire then, and then you can start mixing.
That has
the
like a
ingredients
cooking
and
plate
stuff.
over it.
Right.
Well, you don't need a fire, but if you have a fire, it gives you more health.
Yeah,
Right.
because you can cook an apple and it becomes more nutritious once you've cooked it.
Right.
Okay, so it's like an entry.
But the Nintendo is that they kind of focus more on people's capabilities. Like they don't want people struggling with like hand-eye coordination and like really difficult aspects. Like they want people to just kind of have fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Zeldas, like I think, are more geared towards like the puzzle aspect and the intellect and trying to figure yourself out. And this is kind of like the lead up into that, because usually just like
because I picked like 10 apples, and I went and I mixed 5 of them together, and it made like a super dish of something that refilled like 3 hearts.
Apple pie.
Warm apple pie.
Right, yeah. Where if you take an individual apple, you can get like a baked apple that'll give you like a half a heart or 3/4 of a heart or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you went into the.
I thought Jonas did it. I thought Jonas did it today.
There's a few different things, like you can change the invert axis and stuff like that for
Can
when
pick
you're
like
looking at all that.
southpaw and all.
For like high arm swing and like leg motion, it looks like he's like a cartoon character, like. Woo.
Yeah, and it's not super accurate with like when he's climbing or like.
So if I want to run and jump, I can't really run and jump.
Right.
All right, so then would you say like the animations kind of break your immersion just a little bit?
No,
not at all.
Like if you really were like in that situation and up that high,
Yeah.
like like this, like that accelerated heartbeat, like it was like affecting me like that.
Wow. Okay.
And the
Scotchy, I don't think there's going to be VR in your household, huh?
Yeah, probably not.
I don't know if I first of all, my imagination like on its own is way too like intense. So so I think that virtual reality would probably like just put me over the edge. Yeah, totally.
All right, Pitch, how long did you actually play for?
I would say probably maybe like 2 hours total.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I just basically went to the first 2 things, and then I was just running around.
That's what I did. I didn't even go into one of the what'd you guys call them?
The
again?
shrines,
yeah.
spirit orbs.
Yeah, I opened up the first tower, and then I talked to the old man, and he told me to go into one of the shrines, and I just said, well, wait a minute, let me just go search, and I've been kind of exploring the entire map that's available to me right now. And
Right. Oh, another gripe of mine: get voice work.
Oh yeah, that's
But
actually
that's
true.
always kind of how Zelda was, though. I don't think
Yeah,
I would
but
like
I
it
mean-
if it was.
How about if it
Come
was
on.
just like the sounds of the words and not actually the words themselves, just kind of
Or like that, like Hyrulean language or something. Like, get something. Although it's just like, and he's
Yeah.
like laughing, and he's like something serious. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that I know that, but that's kind of like very classic, like the Ocarina of Time. Like you go up to people and they make the grunt noises, and then like you have to like kind of read the text and stuff. That's
So
that's
you're liking the historic.
I mean, it just to me feels kind of authentic.
Okay.
But
I would feel like I was playing like a 60-hour movie if they had voice work. I think I would enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that aspect of it too. I guess I just never held that expectation just because I guess of my traditional, the traditional experience.
Right.
But I could see how that would probably make it a little bit more, just kind of take it up a notch.
All right. Any more dislikes or likes?
Buy it.
For likes reasons, it's the likes way outweigh the dislikes.
Yeah.
I think we've only talked about the dislikes thus far, but I mean, the scale,
It's a no-brainer.
The scale is great. Graphically, it's awesome. The
art style is just. I think Kelk would
fantastic.
appreciate that art style.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't ventured into it super in depth yet, but I'd say from what I've seen thus far, I'm completely sold. More so than Witcher. 1-2 Switch was another game that Whiskers and I picked up. Kelk, I think you'd like this game. It's for the interaction that it brings.
Did it have a the thing I was worried about when I saw it was did it have a Connect gimmicky feel? Because I know Pigeon was saying he wished that this was like packaged in with the console. Do you feel like justified with purchasing it separately, or did it feel a little gimmicky on that front?
At first, it felt gimmicky, and I kind of felt undersold or oversold, I guess, when I first started playing, because Jonas and I booted it up this morning and started playing, and there was only 8 games available, and each of the games were kind of like, all right, I'd probably play this for a few different times and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we played probably 6 of the games of 8, and we played each one maybe 3-4 different times. And there were a bunch in there that we enjoyed. But as soon as we got done with the last time on this, I say last time, but it was only because something happened. But when we got to the the last game at this point of those 8, all of a sudden it opened up and it said, okay, now you finished this and you've kind of got the feeling of it. Now all the games are available to you, and there was 27 small games.
Okay.
So I was like, oh wow, geez, okay, there's a whole lot more that it's offered to me. If I was thinking, I was like, oh wow, there's only these 8. I was kind of underwhelmed.
Yeah.
But once it opened up and the 27 were available, I was like, okay, wow. So
yeah,
it's a little gimmicky because it is kind of, it's up and you have to get up off a lot of them are up off your ass playing the games.
And even even aside from that, it's not even, they'll give you the instructions on the TV initially, but then they're like, okay, look your partner in the eye when you're and looking another person in the face and not focusing on a screen, which I thought was pretty cool.
Right, there's that personal interaction instead of just kind of zoning out and being an individual playing on a TV.
Even when you're playing video games together, it's like you're still focusing on the the screen.
Right.
This kind of says, okay, yes, the screen and the the remote is or what do they call it?
Joy-Con.
The Joy-Con is an essential part of the game. It's also, we're making it also essential that you focus on each other.
Hands, and you have to wait for that person right when they swing their sword. You have to clap your hands together, and it shows you on screen. It shows your character catching the sword before it hits him in the head.
Yeah.
But again, you have to watch the other player to be
to see when
watch
they're
their eyes,
because you can trick each other.
Yeah, you
too.
can fake like a swing, and then they clap their hands, and then you can swing again real quick, and if they don't clap their hands fast enough to catch it again.
How do the Joy-Cons feel, and especially that HD
That
rumble?
was what I was gonna say. This game that it's only the second game that we've bought. In Zelda, you don't really notice it too much. That game is a shining star for selling the Joy-Con HD.
Told you with 1-2, does it make you want that boxing game? And then secondly, to reiterate, do you think that they should have packaged in 1-2 to push it and sell it to people, that the Joy-Cons really are worth it, and then it would force people to buy the boxing game? So look at it from a marketing standpoint. If you didn't purchase 1-2, the Joy-Cons wouldn't really have shined for you because you wouldn't know. And therefore you'd be unsure of the boxing game. But if they packaged 1-2 with it and you experienced that, then you'd go out and
just to recoup some of the expense of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that probably would have been a great idea to sell the additional.
A different style, fighting game, but
Right.
It reminded me of all that excitement that Super Smash brings to the Nintendo audience, and
Sure.
I was like, wow, this boxing game looks like it could do really good if people understood how good the Joy-Cons really work. And it sounds like you've been sold on the Joy-Cons because you bought one too, and I'm just afraid a lot of people out there didn't buy one too, and they're not going to know what the Joy-Cons can really do.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And the problem with the one downside I will say with 1-2 is the games are kind of just quick and gimmicky.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, you could probably play 1 4 times together with like your partner and kind of be like, okay, I've had enough of that game and move on. But that's the plus side of having the 27 games.
Yeah, it's tech demos that they're able to sell.
Right. Exactly. Yep. But it was maybe $50 is a little bit much, but I think for what it sells you and shows you for what the Joy-Con. Right? Yeah, exactly. It's a very much a party game.
I was gonna say party games is where it's at for that one.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So first impression, like I said to Jim, I don't know if you were here, but like I said to Joe, I was like underwhelmed because when we first started playing, there was only 8 different types of games at a time. Of 6 of the games, it said, okay, now you've gotten a good feeling of the game. Now all of the games are unlocked and you guys can play. And then there was 27 games. I was like, oh, geez, okay,
That's
wow.
BS.
What do you mean?
Why don't they just unlock it from the beginning?
I don't know.
Some people are like, you know what? I only played like 6 games. I don't like it. I'm going to take it back.
Right, that's possible.
They didn't know it was more games.
Right, so that's why they should be listening to this show then.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But again, once it unlocked and showed that there was 27 different games, I was like, okay, wow, yeah, no, I'm completely sold on this game and what it can do now. So yeah. All right.
Nice.
Final thoughts and discussion about the console, having had it now for a full day.
Well, I had it
2
for
days almost. Yeah.
Well, I was just saying,
waited for your unboxing.
Sounds like all around. I mean, even from what I heard from you guys, it sounds like it's a must-own.
It is a must-own, but for someone who's not really into Zelda as much as we are, the 3 of us, I would say hold off. Maybe until not for the first round of games, but for like the second round of games that are coming out in maybe the fall or after E3.
Yeah, well, I mean, you mentioned that, and it's fun. So I'm like, he's like, so don't worry about it. We don't need to get it right now. So
he told Ruby to give me the headphones. So she gives me the headphones. Mr. Jim, I beat Titanfall 2. I'm like, you did?
He's
like,
so
yep,
proud of that.
Yep. I'm like, oh man, you're better than I am.
Just
and he's like
exploration part of
better
it.
than both of us.
Right.
Well, let me say this because it's a 2-parter. Okay, so if something like this obviously goes on some crazy Black Friday type of sale,
right?
I'd probably grab it like without thinking twice.
Even when Scorpio's there too.
That's gonna be tough. The second part is, and this was something we talked about like almost 2 years ago when we were talking about Switch. Well, whatever it was gonna be called. Do you feel like this is a very solid, valid replacement for your 3DS?
I think so.
It will be when more games come out for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It will be when they make an Animal Crossing for it.
You want that Animal Crossing?
Oh my God.
I
That
want
is
an
the
online
best game
Animal
ever.
Crossing. Why not?
Yeah. No.
Animal Crossing is it looks like such a simple game at like immediate glance, and it is so complex, and the rabbit hole for it goes down so deep that you could literally probably play that game for the rest of your life and not have accomplished everything there is to accomplish in that game.
They didn't even mention, like, they're not even working on one that they said for holiday, did they?
E3, baby, E3.
Yeah, let's hope that they do some announcement like that. I doubt it, but let's hope they do.
And hopefully one of the mini games is a Fight Club mini game.
And I think that Animal Crossing would be perfect for the Switch because of the portability. Because in all honesty, I've played Animal Crossing on just like the Wii or the my first one I ever played was the very first Animal Crossing. I think it was on GameCube, and it was pretty like big deal back then.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think after like all these like years, it's just like having it on the portability where you could travel with it.
That's
awesome.
Where I was going with the final thought from like everybody was. I know we had talked about the ultimate next Nintendo would be if it was a 3DS / home console, and it sounds like that's what we got. And if you guys all agree that that's definitely where it could go in the future, then yeah, it sounds like it's a solid pickup.
Right.
It really is. Like I said, the portability alone, that you could take like the console exactly how it is, you know, on, you know, when you're looking at it through like the port, I guess, is pretty amazing. That you can just take that experience with you no matter where you go.
Full games, yeah, not like downsized versions of the game on EA. Yeah, damn it.
Oh boy.
All right.
Deal.
Yeah. All right. What things stood out? Pitch. Go ahead.
Stood out.
What thing about the console and the
The crappy make of the dock system.
Okay.
That
Whiskers.
stood out.
Like what stood out about the game or the design?
Either the whole console or even Breath of the Wild. Anything that has to do with the brand new.
For
Switch.
me, the Breath of the Wild really stood out just right from the, you know, the get go because.
Right. But you're a super Zelda fan.
Yeah, and like I said, I get less preoccupied with like the technical details, which I probably should, but I was just so eager to play the game.
Right. Okay.
And having a new fresh Zelda that I'd been kind of looking forward to, that I loved like how it was just kind of like it had like the similar like RPG feels all the other, you know some of the newer Zeldas like the, you know, Ocarina of Time and those types of games. And I loved how but Link was so much more versatile than he's ever been. Like he could, you know, still walk around and do his thing, but he could also like cook fires or climb trees or like scale mountains.
He can cook a fire.
That's right.
Yeah, like he could cook over a fire, scale mountains and things like that. Like he was just so much more versatile like than he had ever been in like an open world
And she thought he was
situation.
pretty cute when he was
He was kind of cute. He was kind
He's
of
got
like
a six pack.
Pitch.
What surprised me?
Other than the dock.
The lack of virtual console at launch.
Okay. Whiskers.
That surprised me. That was
not a game.
that was a ball drop right there.
Yeah. No, I that's 100%. I'd agree and have to say the same.
Yeah, I
let
would
me
agree.
chime in on that one too.
Here we go.
Surprised me was the
Xbox Game Pass, $10 coming soon.
no backward compatible for the games that to
Right,
play
yeah.
the
At least not
previous
at
I'm
this
not that
point,
upset
but
about
the
it.
but the eShop is pretty barren at this point.
Yeah, I'm not upset about the backwards compatibility because I have my Wii U, which plays the Wii game, so it's not a big deal for me.
Right.
For us frivolous folk who buy every single console
Yeah,
that ever
that's
comes
right.
out ever.
Yeah.
And lastly, what were we looking for or more of?
What am I looking for more from?
Well, I think you guys said Animal Crossing all around.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd
I
be
think
awesome.
some returning franchises have been dormant for a while.
Okay.
Like you said, Animal Crossing, a Metroid.
Freud.
Final Fantasy. No.
And that's the show.
Yeah, that was just for Pigeon right there.
Yeah, I think some dormant franchises that they haven't done in a while, I think they should just release it on this console.
Now-
I think it'll do good.
One thing that I was thinking, which we didn't really mention yet, and there's one more question after that I have to ask Pigeon. But the thing that I was looking for more from, front-facing and rear-facing cameras for the option of moving forward, having the playability of some of the like the games from your phones, kind of like the
Pokemon.
but I haven't
I
seen
think
anything that
that's for
shows that that's a
the-
front-facing camera. I was just thinking it was a light sensing.
No, I think it's one of the Joy-Cons has a pointer on it.
It's got an IR. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what it's for.
Okay. All right. The last question that I had then was, where do you?
You've taken in-game pictures, right?
Not yet. No.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't try that. Pidge. The last question that I had was, where do you push or put the amiibos on the tablet to be able to use them?
You put them on the right Joy-Con stick.
Okay.
On the thumbstick, you just put it on top, and it
Like
just,
where you use where you use the scope in Zelda.
yeah, when you press the R3, the right R3 in, yeah, that joystick on the right side.
Okay.
The one that's right,
Right
by
on
the
top.
right by the home button.
Yes.
Okay.
And you just set it on top of it.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. All right. That's it for this Switch talk. We just got a few questions from listeners. Quick. Anybody?
Well, I just had one more question
Okay, yeah,
for
go
Jim
ahead.
because he has the amiibos. So what did the amiibos add to the game?
I think I don't know all of them, but I know they add like treasures, where it's just like food, some like bonus stuff for you to fight with.
Okay, like
nothing,
weapons.
Nothing
and stuff?
like
Unlockable.
Yeah, nothing like you get like a fire rod or something right away.
Now, do you
Although
level up on them like you do in like Smash Brothers?
To be honest with you, I haven't even tried it yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeez.
Just
'Cause I
curious.
actually
Get on
did.
that.
I tried, but it's like you have to get to a certain point in the game to be able to unlock it. I'm like, oh come on.
For more of the Loaded Couch, look up at Loaded Couch for Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, also on Twitch.
Hey guys, this is Celtic Fox. You can follow me on Twitter at CelticFox_LC and at Twitch at CelticFox_LC.
What's going on, guys? This is Cataclysmic Doom.
Our first question comes from at Deb Sully.
Oh, your mom's so supportive.
Did my boy buy another gaming system?
Talking about you or me?
I think she's talking about you.
Yes, I did, Mom, and I told you about it already.
And
so
Deb
you can
Sully,
stop
he's
reading.
mine.
Uh-oh. I want to see an Animal Crossing fight between Deb Sully and this guy.
We would just walk around with clouds over our heads.
Yeah.
Just hit each other with nets.
No, they have that one. What is that mallet battle that you can do on the island?
Oh yeah, just little punks.
Yeah.
They invited me to the island, and I was like, "Oh, Jer, I got an invite to the island." And then I go and they start beating me up with mallets.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for the question at Deb Sully. Our last question comes from at Peeny Poof. How the fug did I just roll up to the store one day and get the Nintendo Switch?
On day one.
I feel so sorry for the losers who waited in line for hours just to get the same system I got. I even got several hours of sleep in my bed in my mom's basement, while those idiots sat in a foldable chair in the cold. Would you have or have you waited overnight for a console launch?
I think that's more of the characters than Twitter allows.
Yeah. Hey, we get questions through Gmail. We get them through
Okay.
Twitter. Yeah.
I never waited for a console, but I did go line for Halo
Put it
2.
in a clay pot.
The terracotta pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Halo 2 was, I did stand in line and wait a long time for that one.
And was it worth it?
Yeah.
Pidge, did you wait in line for any consoles?
I did. I actually waited for the Wii.
Oh, okay.
I waited at Target from like 3 a.m. till 8.
Oh, dang.
It was horrible. I will never do it again. I was like third to the last person to get, because they gave out the tickets like half hour before the store opened,
Right.
and I was like third to last, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank God. And because you couldn't get a Wii for like months,
Oh, I know. I remember. Didn't we
and
get
I actually
one
got
Yeah, we got one.
pretty early?
I got
pre-order.
Yeah.
I got a second one, but
No,
I
we didn't
sold
pre-order.
it.
My mom bought it for us for Christmas. And
Oh,
gave
that's
it.
right. That's right.
Damn, Mom, waiting in line.
No, I get way too much anxiety
Yeah.
thinking about waiting in lines
Or
for anything.
Furbies.
Yeah, I've never waited in that like late night type of thing for any of the consoles or anything. No. All right. Well, thank you for the question at Peeny Poof.
That's so cute.
Yeah. All right, that'll do it for the show. I want to thank everybody for listening to this special episode of our Nintendo Switch Talk. I'd like to thank Whiskers. Actually, before we end, let's get the yays and nays on the beers. Calc, lead us off.
It's a yay for me. The Boulevard Bourbon Quad. I had this a couple weeks back, and again, I'd recommend this one definitely.
Okay. Pidge?
It's a yay, and I need to get a refill stat.
Whiskers?
Definitely. It was delicious.
Okay. And myself, that Abbey Tripel was nice. It was a little bit burned for the 10% alcohol, but it was tasty. So I definitely get it again. But thanks everybody for listening to the special episode of the Nintendo Switch Talk.
We loved it.
Yeah, if you have any questions, please send them to us at theloadedcouch@gmail.com, or you can reach us at theloadedcouch on Twitter. Yep. You can also probably hit us up on YouTube. I don't. This episode will be up a little bit later. I might try to get it up this weekend. I'm not sure yet. I have some other ones I have to catch up with yet. But if you have any questions, please hit us up anywhere you can find us. SoundCloud, Twitter, Gmail, all those things. And we'll have the website up soon. But let us know. And otherwise, have a great weekend, rest of the weekend. weekend coming up. And we'll talk to you guys next time.
Later.
I still hate Kelk.
Bye.
Still.